Thanks for clicking on the GAN Squad. Today I'll be talking about our bug out bag. More specifically, I'll be talking about the 3-day assault bag, which is right here. I'll go into depth in what's inside and what you can find.
Hey everybody, thank you for clicking on my channel. I want to showcase my bug out bag, or go bag, or bug in bag, or whatever you know name you want to call it. Um, the most important part of a bug out bag, I would say, is the bag itself. You can't carry anything without the bag. This one fits everything that I need perfectly. Everybody's gonna have a different different things in their bag. This one fits my needs perfectly. I'll showcase a little bit about it, and I'll put a link in the description below so you can check it out for yourself if you like. This one I like because it has a little satchel, like removable satchel, where you can attach it here, or you can take it with you if you don't want to take the bag itself. It's got nice pockets inside, like card pockets. It's got a nice deeper pocket in the middle and a mesh pocket to separate stuff inside. It's got a nice side pocket as well too, and another side pocket as well too. And if you don't want the straps, like you could take them off if you want. They're not like, they don't have to be there if you don't want them there. You can also put them like on a belt, whatever belt setup you want. There's one right here, different belts. There's Molly, and there's another doubles as a carrying and support. So that's the front of that, and it also has Molly on the side, so you can attach different things to that if you wanted to, and also to the sides. For the bag itself, heavy duty, really well made. This the front pocket, or the front slot has a nice big area here, and it's got a mesh one as well too right here. And then for the larger pocket, let me just undo this. It's got a nice deep pocket right here, right? You can fit a lot of good stuff in there, and it has a laptop slot as well too. You don't have to keep a laptop or anything like that. It's just the the name of it. You can keep papers or anything flat in there in this one. It's got good back straps to it. It's got some foamy back straps, which is good, and it's also got buckles as well too, so you could right for your chest. And it also has the bottom ones for your waist to help with support and weight distribution. This one also has side pockets as well too. Has got nice deep pockets, and you can remove it even if you want to put it here or wherever you wanted to. This one is a good one for how you want to configure it. Also has Velcro to put patches, anything like that. This one I have the police support, the blue line, the police patch. And yeah, I support the local police officers, so I bought a patch, and I think that was the best place to put it. Yeah, so that's the bag. This is the contents of the inside of the bag out bag. Everything's lying out. I know, I just kind of unloaded it. This is more of a portfolio of a bug out bag. I'd say portfolio because it's not complete. Everything's not here yet. I don't have the resources or the money to just go out and buy everything, so I slowly collect things and put them in my bug out bag as time progresses. This wasn't all purchased at once. It was all gradually purchased, but things that were important. And then if I need to update it or upgrade it, then I just buy the new one, and then either keep the old one or just use it for a spare or whatever the case may be. I think right now the one I'm going to start with is just the knives. So I got this one here. I got the axe right here, and I got the knife right here. So you don't have to have these specific ones. As I said, this is what I believe that would fit my needs. There are ones that could fit your needs, a different combination of them, or different ones. I got this one as a 2-in-1. It has a machete blade here, and then the saw, if you will, or right, to chop logs or anything like that. This one here isn't sharp. It's not sharp. I wanted to wait to get it professionally sharpened, so that's why this isn't sharp at the moment. But as I said, for what it was, it came with a carrying case which is attached to the bag, and it's really nice. I liked the look of it, so is one of the reasons why I got it. And it would be functional right out in a survival situation, either you know a zombie or grid down or whatever the case may be, or whatever scenario you want to prep for. But as I said, this one is not sharp yet. I still have to get it sharpened, but it does have this to double as a saw for logs, for making a campfire or whatever the case may be. It's always good to have a nice machete or bladed weapon, if you will. Put that right over here. Next one is a good little pocket knife. This one is very sharp. I don't want to touch the blade part of it because I said it's very sharp. This one, it's good to have a pocket knife for anything. I would typically use this one for skinning, cutting meat, anything that requires a smaller blade and very sharp. This would probably be my go-to knife for that. And just to have it as I said, as a pocket knife, which is always key and important. This one here has a little lever on the side here that it's attached to the blade, so you just flip this one down. It's not spring assisted, right? And there you go, right? So it's got its serrated edges as well too here. And this one you close it by pressing this little latch here and closing it down. It's got the belt clip here, so you can put it down in your clipper, and even if you wanted to, you could probably put like a type of lanyard here, and just in case you don't lose it. But it's always good to have a good pocket knife. Next one is a throwing axe, right? I decided to go for a throwing axe, not because you can throw it, but because of the lightness or the weight of the throwing axe, right? It's made so it maximizes the weight so you can throw it, but I thought I'm not gonna throw an axe per se. I can definitely practice, which I have been practicing with it, but for me it was the weight, right? And the weight is very light. I would probably say like a pound or two, right? Or 1.5 kilograms. This one is also very sharp, but it's also good to cut logs or branches or anything like that in the bush to what you might need to create shelter or a fire or anything like that. Even hand to hand if you need, it's very good. And the only thing is that the grip isn't very good for that. Like you could feel, right, but you can always wrap something around to give it a good grip. But as you can tell, it has holes to maximize the weight, right? Also comes with a carrying pouch like that. And it also comes with a belt loop so you can attach it anywhere, and that goes onto my bag on the side, and I'll showcase that as well too. Next is probably one of my little favorites. It's a pot. You need a pot for everyday survival, right? There is 3 of us, so if we're ever in a wilderness situation, we need some way to distill water or cook food, or whatever. So my fiance got this one for me. I can't remember where she got it from, but you can find these anywhere relatively cheap. This one was $5. This one unfortunately only makes 2, but you can put it over the fire, heat up your food, serve 2 people, and then heat up the other half to for the rest of how many people you have. This one was just like a wired handle. So what I did is I put a piece of shoelace here to give it 1, grip, and 2, to not have my shoelaces or rope or any type of twine just lying around. It actually serves 2 purposes. Until I need it, I can leave it there and it gives it a good grip. Here I have carabiners. These aren't weight graded carabiners. These are just carabiners just to hold and fix the pot and other things to the bag. And it's always good to have carabiners for whatever situation you might find. As I said, A weighted carabiner is one of those things I will need to get as well too. Is one of those things I still have to gradually work my way up to. But until then, I have these carrying carabiners. Since we're on the topic of food, these are life straws. I vacuum seal these. I have a vacuum sealer. I can put in the video up on how to vacuum seal things and how I do it, right? The point is you want to get all the moisture and air out of whatever you're trying to seal. Air, moisture, dust, debris is bad for, anything that you want to preserve or degrade, right? So I put these guys in the bag, vacuum sealed it. Said life straws. You can get these like at a Canadian Tire, or else you can get them at Amazon. I can't remember how much they are. I can definitely find out and put a link in the description for these guys. So there's 2 there, and there's 1 here in this lovely carrying pouch. So I said there's 3 of us, so I have to consider getting 3 things. 1 for each, or we can 3 share 1 and then use them up like that. But yeah, life straws I think is very important if you're out in the bush and you need to find clean suitable water. This is one way to do that. You can use the pot to distill water. Different options. Water is very important. Next, I was talking about rope, right? I have a bunch of rope allocated in different spots. This is polypropylene rope. I got this at the dollar store. I don't think you need anything special, or you don't have to get it anywhere special. This is $1.25, right? For rope. It says it holds 330 pounds to 150 kilograms, which is great because this could be used to hang, tie, drag, pull, anything along the lines of that. And it's always good to have in your bag. If I'm not 1, 2, 3, it depends how long you want it. This one is 29.5, I'm assuming feet. That's quite a bit, but I can definitely grab more when the time comes. So batteries are important, right? I got the Duracell AAAs, right? Because these guys use AAA. I also have a pair of noise canceling headphones. I use AA, right? So it's always good to get yourself a pair of batteries and put them in your bug out bag. This one, once again, too, I vacuum sealed it to keep it dry, safe, away from moisture, air, because it degrades that. So you want to keep these as fresh as possible, ensuring as well too that you know the year, right? Because I think they have a shelf life of 10 years, so you want to make sure you flush it out every 10 years for that. And once again too, here's just a flashlight, just a regular run-of-the-mill little cheapy flashlight. I don't have so much money to get an expensive flashlight right now, but a flashlight is a flashlight. If it helps you see 10% better, then you're 10% ahead of the game opposed to somebody without a flashlight. So batteries, flashlight, and vacuum sealed, always important. This is tactical smoke grenades. You can get these from you can get them from like a paintball store. You can get them from, if I'm not mistaken, Rocket. It's a store, if I'm not mistaken, here in Canada. You can get them at Boom. These ones are very old, as you can tell. I don't think they make these ones anymore. This one here with the wire is a obviously electric one, so you got to get the batteries, attach each one to the terminals, and then it sets it off. This one here is a pull pin. Self-explanatory. Pull the pin, launch it, away you go. As I said, I don't think they make these ones anymore. I just haven't gone out and gotten more smoke grenades. These two work for now. As I said, I want to keep it dry, safe, away from dust, debris, moisture, because if the powder gets wet, then it's not good. All right, so here's the name of it. I'm not sure if you could see that. Sports Smoke Tactical Smoke Grenade. So if you want to look for something like this, you definitely can. It says website here, www.sportsmoke.com. you can definitely check that out and see if they still have these ones. These ones are relatively inexpensive. I think you can get these for a few bucks, maybe $5 or something like that. So something to worth looking into if that's your scenario. There's nothing really much about this. It's just a rag. You can use rags for, you know, whatever scenario situation you want. There's nothing special about this one. It's just a regular rag that I had lying around. This is a microfiber. It doesn't have to be microfiber. It's just something that you could use to wipe, clean, you know, whatever. So it's always good to have. Not necessary, but just nice to have. So since I grabbed a few of them, I might as well just do a few of them at the same time. These are regular nitrile gloves to protect your hands, to not get any either blood, or if you're digging through the mud, or you want to keep your hands clean from something. These aren't sterile. These are just regular gloves I just throw on and do whatever you have to do not to get your hands dirty. My fiance has the medical bag, which has all the gloves that are sterile or put away in a clean environment, and that we can showcase that one after. But as I said, these are not sterile; they're just gloves. Loose shoelace, as I was saying, this one I didn't put anywhere. I could probably put this one on the axe, but shoelace, right, or anything to tie with is important. Once again, to drag, to tie, to make shelter. It's always good to have a piece of string, twine, rope, shoelace. We have abundance of shoelace. That's why I grabbed a few of these and I put them in the bag, because it's important, I think, to have something to tie anything with. You just want to always think about what you might need to build, right? Here I got some zip ties. Some nice long zip ties, just in case. And then two smaller zip ties. Right, zip ties come in handy for a lot of things, for fixing, building, holding, right, anything. And you can reuse them if you know how to manipulate the zip on the zip tie. You pull this tab down right over here and you pull outward, and you can reuse it. So the applications are various, and the use is multiple. You just have to be very careful, because over time they get weak and then they just snap. So, but I keep a pair of zip ties, not a pair, but a few zip ties in there, because it's always good to have. And yeah. Oh, I forgot the safety pins. Safety pins. You can use it for bandages. These aren't the sterile ones either. These are just thrown in the bug out bag. These can be used as to make a bandage for your arm, or a splint, if you will, to hold tensor bandages in. Right? It doesn't need to be anything special. I have different sizes in there, as you could tell, smallest to largest. It's always good to have pair of not a pair, but like a few zip ties, safety pins. Here we have a bunch of glow sticks together, right? So, you know, I went to go buy one that was on sale, and I found one that was cheap, and, you know, some that are loose. So here are the ones that are just loose. These are just regular glow sticks. As you could tell, I have twine right here holding them together. So there's more applications where I have more rope used up in very little space without getting tangled, and I got glow sticks just in case. Here are more glow sticks. These ones are from the dollar store. Nothing fancy, nothing special. It's just, I think, the wrist ones, right? Same one, right? These ones are, I think, also from the dollar store. I'm not sure where I got them from, but you can put them around your neck, or even around the bag, or even as a waypoint. If you're out at night and you're not sure about the area, you can leave these as waypoints, so you know how to get back, where you're going, and whatnot. Let me see how long it says. It doesn't really say how long it lasts, but I would assume a few hours, give or take 2-3 hours. These ones I also the same thing. I got these from Canadian Tire. These ones were a little bit more expensive. This one lasts 6 to 12 hours, depending on environment, waterproof, non-toxic. So I got a pair of good solid glow sticks as well too, just in case if you or your party needs them when you're out in the wilderness. Always good to have a pair of glow sticks. Fire starting devices. I'm very embarrassed to show that this is all I have for firing starting equipment. Pair of matches and or a book of matches and a thing of a lighter. I still need to get that magnesium fire starter. I still need to get waterproof matches. These are all things that are important, but I haven't, had the time or the available funds or whatever to buy it, to research the ones I want, the ones I need, and whatnot too. I know they're relatively expensive, but the research as well too with the I think it's magnesium fire starter, the one you crack open and you strike against each other. But anyways, it was still important to have one, both, and all of these. They don't take up much space at all. These aren't waterproof. They're just cigarette book of matches. Keep it in the bag just in case, right? Because it's still rather have one than not, just in case you're out in the bush and need to make a fire. Hearing protection. These are spare hearing protections. I have a noise cancelling headphone ear protection that I take to the range. These ones are just spare, your run of the mill see Stanley ear protection. Just kind of throw it in and it has a lanyard to throw around your neck. As I said, these are spares. I have noise cancelling headphones, but it's still always good to have if you're out in hunting, protection, anything along the lines of that. Good hearing protection is key. This is a regular compass, right? Just your regular everyday compass. Always important to have, especially if you're going to bug out for an indefinite amount of time. A compass is important if you're not sure, obviously, of where you are, where you're going. Something that would accompany this that I don't have is a map of Canada, where we're from, and the United States, because it borders us. But that would be something that I would look into, make sure that it's like an atlas type of map that encompasses all of Canada and all of the United States, depending on which direction we're going in our scenario. But just a regular compass, always key to have, right? Nothing fancy, nothing special. It works, and that's the important part. Bobby pin. I threw a bobby pin in there just in case. You never know. For your hair, for bandages, for tensor bandages, anything along the lines of that. Maybe you can just take it apart or spread it open and use it for something else. I don't think it's necessary, but I threw it in there because I think it was just a spare. So, a bobby pin. Crayolas. So, Crayolas double as candles. You can use to write a note if you need to, or make notes on the wall, or a mark on a tree if you're out in the bush. And they also double as candles. You can put them down. I'm not sure how long they last. I can definitely make another video on seeing how long Crayola candles last as per lighting them, and seeing how long they can hold out. But yes, you can definitely use Crayolas as candles. There's 24 of them, 24 candles. This beats buying 24 candles of actual candles. So it's very good to have for any situation. Next is just a screwdriver that, or a multi-tool screwdriver, has multiple bits in there. Multiple bits, Phillips. It's got smaller Phillips flat. It's got a small Robinson's, right? And it just for whatever you need. You never know what you're gonna need it for. Comes the day and you're saying, "Damn, I wish I had," or whatever. This is one of those things where it's good to have. I borrowed this one from my fiance indefinitely, so she's probably not getting this back because of the fact that it's in my bug out bag now. So this one's my bug out bag, as I explained before. But yeah, this is now property of the bug out bag. Thanks, babes. This, I think, is one of the most important pieces of information I have in the bug out bag. It's to how to tan fur naturally without any chemicals. Right, if you're gonna go be in the bush for a while, you're gonna have to find ways to keep warm in the winter time. You know, rainy days. You're gonna be hunting for your survival, really, for food or shelter or anything like that. This is a step-by-step on how to skin, right, fleshing, braining, right, and softening. So this is a step-by-step on how to tan furs. Very important, very key. I've never tanned fur before, so this would be very useful for me in the bush. I should probably laminate this just in case if it gets wet, or you know, the weather. There's a website here. I can definitely put that in the link in the description below, so everybody can check it out if that's what they believe that it belongs in their bug out bag as well too. Last but not least, it's the ammunition that go with the firearms I have in a bug out scenario. I had an old method of doing it, which was this method. Kind of messy, time consuming. The upside is that it's very thin in profile. You can stack a whole bunch of these together. They take up zero space. So it depends on what you want to do. This is my old method. This is the new method. Keep it in the box, vacuum seal it, away you go. Right, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100 rounds of 223 ammo from 2 different companies. It doesn't matter, it's all going to be stored. Vacuum seal it to keep the moisture away, keep it dry, keep it safe. Right. The only problem with this method is, as you could tell, it might puncture the bag, or it might make a hole in it somewhere, and it loses its vacuumness. Another thing is that you always have to make sure you label it. So 50 rounds of 9mm, that's that right there. This one, I sealed it twice. There's 2 vacuums in here. There's the inner one, which is right there, and then there's the outer one, right? Because of the fact that I was having problems like this. As you can tell with this one, 223 ammo, or any type of AR or right AK ammo or anything like that, 7.62 by 39 ammo, it would puncture, right, because of the tips. So same with 223 or 5.56, it would puncture it. As you could tell, I was having issues with it, so I had to double vacuum it. This is the way I finished one method, and then I started the new method. So this is the transition, if you will, of it. I have quite a bit of ammunition. As you could tell, this is one of the first ones I did. As I said, very thin profile, right? It doesn't take a lot up, right? But it's very finicky. It might puncture the bag. Luckily, this one hasn't yet. There's still vacuum in it, but you just have to make sure you label what it is, just in case you forget. So yeah, that's my bug out bag. Thank you for watching, by the way. As I said, this is a portfolio. This isn't complete. I know I still have a lot of work, but somebody who's a prepper or anybody who thinks about stuff like that, it's a good way. As I said, if you're starting to get into prepping, you're not going to buy everything all at once. As I said, this was acquired over many years. So as I said, this is a portfolio more than a bug out bag. It's a bug out bag, but it's a portfolio of it. But hopefully this shined a little bit of light of what it might take, what you could look for, what you might put in there, what you might want to take from this, what you might want to take from this, and different options of what you can do. I'll upload more videos about the other bags we have as well too for the bug out bags, and I'll showcase as well too my personal defense weapons, hunting weapons, and all that stuff in later videos as well too. But for now, this was the 3-day assault bag. Oh, I forgot to mention as well too, It's a 50-liter bag. But as I said, I'll put a link in the description below for all the stuff that I'm able to gather, and you guys can decide for yourself. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one.